Hey, Don Casey here. Just going to do a quick comparison video between the Volarious version 1 and the Volarious version 2. So Volarious, it's a great charger. It's actually a DJI battery station that was for TB50s that Volarious has modified to accommodate and allow us to charge the TB55s. But the limitation was that you can only charge 4 TB55s at a time. And while you can charge your TB50s, this wasn't a really great help for a lot of the M200 series version 2 owners that can only use TB55s. So what Volarious did is they now have addressed some of those issues in this new version that allows you to do either 8 TB55s or 8 TB50s. Yes, you can use the TB50s in this version. Again, it's the same charger as the version 1. It does your discharge and your charge at different levels. You can charge up to 100%, or if you need it quickly, and as in most of you do in public safety, you need to have those batteries out quickly. And basically by giving a 90% charge allows you to get your bird back in the air quicker. And that's very important. So with these two chargers, I'm just going to go over some of the differences. The differences here is the version 1, you could actually store some of your batteries in the version 1 and keep them in there and close them up in the charger. Now, however, in the version 2, you only have limited storage. You can see here I've got some 55 stored in there, and you can store like one other 50 in there. That's about it. So you really have 2 sets of 55s that you can store inside the battery case. You cannot store them in the docking stations because of the change in the design. But I do like what they've done here. So on this side, you can see that the TB55 slots, there's actually 8 of them. The batteries stick up out the top of the charger. So this allows it not only allows you to have up to 8 TB55s on here, but you can also do the TB50s. Now, however, there is still the limitation of the same as the version 1. You can only charge 2 sets of batteries at a time. So because you have 8 on there doesn't mean you're charging 8. What it will do is it will charge 2 sets, and then after it's done, it will go to the next sets. That is something that is a limitation of the DJI battery station and not of Volarious. But I do like the design. This design actually impresses me a little more because one thing that I noticed with the original battery station was the connectors on the modded side where the TB55s go. They seem a little more sunk down, and sometimes every so often I would get the dreaded communication failure with the batteries. And why is that important? Well, what happens is if you're charging the batteries, the battery loses communication, it stops charging the battery. So if you're out in the middle of operation, you're doing a standoff, it becomes an issue if your battery's not charging. And in this version, they're a lot more flush, and I don't seem to have any of those issues with this version as compared to the version 1. Another thing that we had with the version 1, and Garrett pointed it out, and so did I, was how when the modded station, they did 3D printing, they really allowed for no tolerances. And what I mean is, basically the battery, when it gets warm, it swells. And as you drop batteries in here, the problem is you can put them in there, you may have trouble getting them in or getting them out. And that was also an issue. This one is in this new version, that's no longer an issue because where the batteries will swell, the batteries are actually above the charger anyway. So that isn't an issue any longer. Another thing great about this is because these batteries are up, that allows you to potentially have fans or some other cooling to help cool these batteries down quicker. And what does that mean? Well, you go out, you fly, your batteries get warm. It takes time for them to cool down before they charge. Well, in this, you could technically cool these batteries down faster. So that means, guess what? Your batteries come up quicker. So anyway, that's just kind of the primary thing. The comparison really is just the way they've done the new charging ports. I do like with the way they've done them. It has cut down the storage some, but in the offset, it is still a really great charger. And for version 2 or people that have all 55s, this thing is really, really great. Now, the one caveat is between it and the Colorado Drone Charger is Colorado Drone Charger is about $730, and it's really great for charging your batteries. And if you're just after charging them, you're not after, hey, how many cycles do I have? Do I need to discharge them? Do I need to update all my batteries all at once? That charger is really great for that. This charger comes in at about $1,600. So it is a little bit of a hit to your budget. If you can't, if $1,600 is in your budget, then don't even pay attention to this video. So that's primarily the big thing with those two. They do not offer the version 1 anymore. So it's all version 2 now. Now, the big question that I'm going to get asked is it worth version 1, version 2? Okay. So the answer to that is no. If you have a version 1 and it's doing what it needs to, there's no need to upgrade. I mean, I don't see the need in paying $1,600 to get the upgrade. I have asked Volarious if they offer upgrade services to be able to send in your box, them to modify this and go to the version 2. Their response was no. Once these things get modified to version 1, the way they do them, there's really no way to go back. So that pretty much shoots that right out of the money right there. But other than that, it's a really great charger. I will have a more detailed review coming up, and look forward to talking to you.